What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again for another BFR, which is coming out a bit later than I expected. I've been very busy since yesterday, and I only finished the game today. Earlier today, I couldn't watch the entire game last night. So, Game 41 versus the Seattle Kraken. We're officially halfway through the year. If you're a Blackhawks fan, better late than never. The game started at 7 p.m. on January 14th. Seattle wins 8-5. The Hawks dropped to 11, 26, and 4. Shots were 30 to 27 Seattle. Hits were 26 to 17 Chicago. Faceoffs were 32 to 30 Seattle. On the power play, Chicago goes 2 for 2, 100%. Seattle goes 0 for 1, 0 for 2, technically become the double minor as 2 penalties. Mrazek saves 1 out of 5. Stalock saves 21 out of 25 in relief. Yes, Mrazek saved 1 out of 5. Jones saves 22 out of 27. Kane returns. Reichel goes back to the AHL to the dismay of many Hawks fans, and I think it's the good move. I think you just keep him protected until next year. Kane was in and Reichel was out in that case. Kraken are trying to go 7-0 on the road trip. It's on their second 7-game win streak as well, and they're trying to win 8 in a row. Well, they succeeded. They're the first team in the NHL or NBA history to win 7 in a row on the road. And that means consecutively on 7 road games consecutively. So, wow. At least I think that's what it means. Maybe I'm not sure. But they haven't lost with Tolvanen in the lineup. Eli Tolvanen, who was claimed off waivers from Nashville, who just wasn't fitting into the Nashville lineup for years, goes to Seattle. He's been fantastic there. So that's not good for him. So in the first period, early on the first shot Seattle gets, it's 17-10. It's a breakaway goal for Daniel Sprong. It was 14th of the season from Geekie in tandem to make it 1-0. Good move, horrible positioning by Mrazek, and this has been a thing with Mrazek, how he doesn't know where his net is. That was a perfect example of it. Domi has a breakaway that's denied, but then at 15-20, Chicago ties it. It's a deflection from Jonathan. It's a deflection, but it's not Tays who deflects it. It goes off Alexiak's stick, but Tays gets credited with the goal, 12th of the year, from Radish and Seth Jones to make it 1-1. And then Chicago had control ever since that goal, and then all of a sudden the puck goes the other way, and at 10:30, it's a Seattle point shot goal from Matty Beniers, 17th on the year from Dunn. Most likely your Calder finalist, Beniers, makes it 2-1. And that was their third shot on goal. So the only save Mrazek got was on the second shot of the game. And then about give or take a minute and 15 seconds later, on the fourth shot Seattle gets, so 3 out of 4 now, it goes in again. It's a 2-on-1 goal from Jared McCann, 20th of the year from Donato to make it 3-1. Then on the fifth shot, so fifth shot, 7:52, it's a Seattle goal from Andrei Burakovsky, his 12th of the year from Beniers and Everly to make it 4-1. And that's when Stalock goes in, Mrazek comes out after allowing 4 goals on 5 shots. And then on the sixth shot, first shot Seattle faces, Stalock faces, it goes in at 7:15. It's a breakaway goal from Eli Tolvanen, 7th of the year from Gord and Bjorkstrand to make it 5-1. The Hawks call a timeout, and guess what? Right after that, it's another Seattle on the 7th shot from Jared McCann, 21st of the season, 2nd of the game from Donato and Wenberg to make it 6-1. And we're only 15 minutes into the game. And then after Stalock makes a save, it's a Bronx cheer, and there's a standing ovation for every save for the rest of the period. It's Tolvanen's denied, Kane's denied, more crazy cheers for saves. Bjorkstrand, at 4:43, it's a Chicago penalty to McCabe for high sticking. It's 4 minutes because Bjorkstrand had blood, but Bjorkstrand did kind of shove McCabe, making a stick go flying the other way into his face, and that caused the blood. So whether that should have been a penalty, I don't know. Beniers stopped. Tolvanen is again stopped. We go to the second, where Stalock had been flopping around like a fish the entire game, and he continued to make saves by doing that somehow. Bjorkstrand's denied, but then at 9:15, right after Sprong is denied, it's a Chicago backhand goal, his first of his NHL career and first of the season. Isaac Phillips, the young defenseman, the 21-year-old defenseman from Dickinson, to make it 6-2. Fantastic shot, top left corner over the shoulder of Jones on the backhand. Great goal. The Hawks have definitely looked better in the second, and then at 57.6 seconds, it's a Seattle penalty to Schultz for interference. When the Hawks would start with a minute and 3 seconds of power play time in the third. And in the third, at 19:09, it's a Chicago one-timer goal it's a power play goal from Max Domi, 13th of the year from Radish and Seth Jones to make it 6-3. So now the Hawks start coming back, and it's thinking, okay, maybe they can get something going here. No, less than a minute later, after some very sloppy play, it's not even. Actually, it's a minute and 3 seconds later. It's a Seattle missile what a missile from Jared McCann. It's absolute snipe. 1806 Seattle goal to Jared McCann, 22nd of the year. I cannot talk right now. 22nd of the season and a hat-trick goal from Larson and Wenberg to make it 7-3. And then more sloppy play leads to less than a minute later at 17:23 another Seattle goal from Oliver Bjorkstrand, his 7th of the year from Alexiak and Gord to make it 8-3. So probably everyone on this Seattle roster, probably by like 2 people, got on the board. And at 4:03, it's a Seattle penalty served by Sprong for too many men, and the Hawks score on the power play again at 3:10. It's a Chicago redirected goal from Taylor Radish, 12th of the season, for quite a night for him. He had 3 points. So did Seth Jones, as he gets an assist on that one, along with Taze. That makes the score 8-4, and then with 14.7 seconds to go, it's a Chicago goal by Patrick Kane, 8th of the year, from Domi to make it 6-5, which concludes a wild game, to say the least. Changes in the standings: Seattle with his eighth win in a row. They move above the LA Kings to second in the division, and I believe they're only a point or 2 behind Vegas now. Colorado moves back above St. Louis and Nashville. In the East, Philadelphia has been on a tear recently. I think they've won like 8 out of their last 11. So they've now moved up past Ottawa. Detroit falls below Buffalo and Florida, and the Islanders take the Penguins' playoff spot currently. So that's going to be all I have for you guys today. Just an absolute wild game. Hawks should be back to losing as normal now that the 3-game win streak is over. And we'll see how long Seattle can take this one. I love seeing new teams do well. I loved when Vegas did it in their first year. They went to the final. Maybe this is just Seattle's. So maybe they're like, well, it'd be too fishy if we did it again the first year. We'll win the second year. We'll see how it goes. But I want to thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys again for watching, and have a good night. See ya.